good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dan Banks, aka DJ Fine CEO of JTU. We are Jersey Magazine and Jersey Diamonds, and I'm here with the homie Butcher973.
My guy, appreciate you for having me.
Butcher973, you already know he's from Jersey, here, making it do what it do. And we got a lot to learn about him, man. He's making a lot of moves. He got 2 tracks out right now, Options and Payroll, streaming on all platforms, visuals coming soon. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. We're going to get to know the Butcher973. Sit back, relax, my brother. How's everything going today?
Appreciate you.
2020, we here, man.
We're here, New Year.
We've been pushing like crazy to finally get to this point.
Yep.
So let's talk about it, man. So let's go back to August 2018, right?
Okay,
You know
that's a good starting point.
It's a good starting point, right? So you have a lot of growing grounds from there to now, right? So tell me about a little bit what happened back in August 2018 when you started to really take this music game to a whole new level, and then revamping in 2019 to now 2020 where you just launching off. Tell me about that.
So I basically felt like everything aligned. Like I woke up one morning, I'm like, it's got to be now. Like it's not to say that there's like a window, but I felt like there kind of is at some point. Like I'm 26. Like I didn't want to be 10 years from now looking back. What could this be if I didn't if I went hard, if I gave it 100% as opposed to looking at it as like something like on the
like
side
of
a hobby, right?
Yeah.
So I linked up with Prime, my manager from Tub Life Studios.
Big shout out to Prime. Let's
Prime,
see Prime.
So yeah, I went in August 2018, recorded "Been Dirty," which was the first song I had recorded in some years. I hadn't been in the studio; it was like 2 years at that point, so it felt good getting back. And then a couple months later, we put it out on SoundCloud, all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, and it kind of took off a little bit. Did some numbers, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can get back
into it.
Yeah. So at that point, I was just in the studio as much as I could be, and 2019, going into 2019, we had some momentum, but we were also still learning, a lot with trial and error, different strategies that we were using. A lot of it goes. Being in the studio, recording music is a big part of it, but the marketing and promotion, everything, doing that right is a big part of it.
What is it like? What is it like to actually learn the behind the scenes of the music? Because like you said, you took some time off and everything. So now when you dove right back in, you kind of just went head first and was like, you know what, I gotta learn all the things from behind the scenes besides just what kind of goes on in the shows and the studio, because you already knew that. So like, what was it like actually now diving into a new aspect of music where it was kind of like the behind the scenes of your music?
Right. There was definitely some areas that we grew like in a lot of different ways, like throughout the year. Like I was like I'm comfortable like in the studio. That's like where I like to be. I'm in my zone like when I'm in the booth. But getting comfortable on stage, doing shows. Even the opportunity to sit down with a couple of different, larger platforms with some interviews, just getting comfortable.
Just being out there, like
being myself, for the first time in a long time is what I felt like. So no, it's been awesome. And now going into 2020, after like we said, 2019, a lot of trial and error. Like we're here, we have a lot of things in place. So now it's just about execution, doing it the right way.
And let's talk about the whole being yourself aspect. This guy works a regular job too. You know what I'm saying? And he has this balance of working. I don't want to say 9 to 5 because he works like 10-hour shifts. So we're gonna talk about like a 7 to 7 to then going to the studio and then being there till like 3 o'clock in the morning and then having to go back out and do that. Like, what is it like for you with that balance of that lifestyle and still really pursuing music as hard as you do?
Yeah, no, that's a day in the life, like what you described. I'll wake up, I'll be out, for a 12-hour day at work, go home, change out of the suit, put some Nike Tech fleece on, go to the studio, 11, 12 at night, be there until 3, 4. There's days where I went, till 8 o'clock, went home, changed again, went straight to work without, even sleeping like for 2, 3 days at a time. So it's really like that. It's about finding like that balance, and just it's about being hungry like all the time. Like I'll sleep when I have time to sleep. Like if there's like an opportunity that presents itself after I've been awake for 36 hours, I'm still gonna go. Like I'm not gonna. I'm gonna push myself.
Like in the studio, right?
I'll push myself like as much as I need to. Like while like I feel like. Things are moving how they need to be moving. You gotta keep the momentum all the time. Why not?
Yeah. And what is it? And like you said, working that 12-hour shift and then going to the studio and everything. But like you were saying, like we were talking about before, when you're at work, you have like this personification, like, look, I gotta be professional, and I gotta look this way. But then when you're at the studio and you're at shows and everything, you're showing your real stuff. Like, what is it like, almost putting on two hats like that, and just having to continuously like rotate them like that? Where it's like what you really enjoy doing is like, this is my real face. But then it's like when I'm at work, I say I gotta put on this, this little act for you. So you're almost like you're acting at work, but you're really, with the music. Like, how is that?
It is like I put on an act every morning when I put the suit on, trying to make the money. I got bills, and as an independent artist, that's where your budget comes from for the expenses, and it's about investing in yourself, taking risks. Like, I'll bet on myself every time. Like. And if it doesn't work out, 3-4 years from now, then I'll look back and be like, I tried it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that that's like, as much of an issue. The way that we look at things, it's all like we're fully invested. Like, I'm fully invested in myself. It's like
that's good. Yeah.
I don't talk about things from like a if standpoint. It's like a when standpoint, and
I like that.
We're not trying. We're
doing. Yeah.
So it's like that's.
This is the butcher. Yeah.
That's like. Actually, I'll shout out Russ. I'm reading Russ's book right now. I've gotten that comparison because of the bun and all that too. But it's like. He talks a lot about just like literally manifesting things like the same way. So now I'm reading this book, and I've seen his growth over a couple years, and it's almost like it's just confirming for me things that like I already believe,
or like
right, to hear it coming from someone like on that level. It's like, so there's little things I feel like God's been showing me signs, and I've just been trying to follow them for some years.
Good for you. Yeah.
That's really just how you move.
And like you said, you've been through some things in your life where it's not even expressed in your music and stuff like that. Like you say, you got through hardships, you got through breakups, you got through ups and downs in your music. And like you said, at some point you really didn't have the time to just go to the studio because your time was invested in other things. So going hard now and having that determination now, it's like, what would you say to people that go through hard times? How do they stay hungry even during those times where it may seem like they don't really have the time to push for what they love? Yeah,
no, that's a really awesome, question. For me, it was probably a couple of influences that I had in my life. A couple of my, shout out my boy Kai Young. I was making music with him, since like 2014, 2015. And we were in it together, always. He's the first person I showed when I wrote a new verse or new song, and vice versa. And there was a period where I wasn't really making music, and he was cooking, and he's telling me, I told him I felt like, to be completely honest, there was a period where I was like, I compared it to Space Jam, the movie, in the beginning of Space Jam, when the NBA players lose their talent. I'm like, yo, I don't even know, I don't feel. But he was the one that was almost like the driving force that he never doubted that I would come back real strong, and then. Yeah. That was the first person that I feel like I'm trying to prove right when.
You've been showing actually the world, your fans, that it's okay to take some time off, revamp, and then come back even stronger. And now you're more consistent and more confident now more than ever.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm definitely in a better place now than at any time in the past, and I'm hoping to just keep, like I said, building off the momentum. I'm always planning my next move, as soon as one opportunity presents itself, we try to capitalize, and then I'm already thinking about, all right, how am I gonna top this? What's next?
Exactly. Consistency is key.
Yeah,
definitely,
for sure.
And it's dope that the fact that now you're actually traveling out of state to shoot videos.
Yeah.
This guy has a lot of content coming for y'all in 2020. I'm telling you. That's actually, let's tell him about that. Let's tell him about what you plan on doing every month. What do you plan on doing every month?
So we have a nice little plan. I know that, like I said, 2019 I was in the studio every night. I recorded almost 50 songs. And I only put out 3 or 4 of them for y'all. I know that people want more music, so it's definitely coming. We have I plan on dropping a song and a video at least monthly for the next 6 months.
6 months, y'all getting that.
There's a lot of content coming. I have an interview with Shawnee Culture High 97 that hasn't even dropped yet, so y'all can look forward to that as well.
Check that out.
But yeah, a ton of things in the stash, and I'm excited to be able to tell my story through my music as I continue to, start to drop a lot more material.
And like you said before, and even in some of your music, you express your 9 to 5, and then the lifestyle that you wake up and you're actually doing the real thing that you actually love. What is it like actually working a regular 9 to 5 and then going to shoot a video in a whole nother state where it's just hey, I'm actually really doing this.
Yeah, I mean, the Rollin' video is actually perfect because it's exactly what it kind of tells the story of. I'm at work.
Shout out to Chad B. He was in that video.
My brother Chad, definitely Chad has been awesome, since the Roland feature happened. He could have been like anybody else and, kept it moving, but he really, he's been like a mentor to me for, since then, actually showing me and the gang like opened a lot of doors, kind of really showing us how to move, so shout out to Chad for sure. But the Roland video, I'm at my desk at work and it's like, I finally get the opportunity to like quit. I just, quit like impulsively, jump up on the desk, start throwing papers. Like I'm waiting for that, that moment, like for real. Because then the next scene we're in LA and I'm, regular attire. I get to be, myself as the artist that like, I want to be and live the lifestyle that like I've always seen for myself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's really good, man. 2020, look out for the Butcher, man, because he butchered. And he also got freestyle on This Is 50. Like, this guy is doing everything.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Thorough from This Is 50. That was another interview that we got to do.
Yeah.
Shawnee Culture, High 97. DJ Drewski, I got the opportunity to sit down with him.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, the 2 songs we're out that we're promoting right now, Options and Payroll.
Out now, all streaming platforms,
So we got to sit with DJ Drewski and showed him a few songs that he really liked. Options, we released it and it ended up being debuted on Hot 97 at like 12 hours after we dropped it. So it was like a crazy feeling to hear my.
This is gonna be a really good feeling.
Yeah, so a lot. 2019 had a lot of awesome things that happened, like being heard on the radio the first time, going to Hot 97. This Is 50. Chad B, of course you heard Roland, but I have an unreleased feature from Arsenal. And a lot of people have heard Arsenal on, like a battle rap platform, but this is like almost like you'll hear this one in the club on the radio.
You going real hard. You coming different.
So there's things like that I haven't even
even touched.
Yeah, I haven't even touched. So
I'm excited for you.
I appreciate it, bro. But it's gonna be exciting, and we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing until we feel like
keep pushing content. You do what you do.
Yeah,
that's dope. And actually, let's talk about the fact that you were on a tour too.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Life of Friends, Coil Ray. We just did the tour at the end of December. We did Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey. That was the most recent show that I had done, or last one in 2019. So I'm looking forward to more of those in 2020 as well. But Dingbats was crazy. Hundreds of people came out. On like the first night of the year that it had snowed, like it would have been even crazier. It was sold out, and everybody on that tour brought a lot of energy, especially my brother Seven Sins.
Definitely check out my boy Seven. Shout out to you, brother.
Shout out, Chuck on the beat, and Coil Ray, of course, for turning up that whole spot we were in there. So it was awesome, and it did Boston, Philly, and New Haven as well. So awesome.
Well, you heard it very first, man. The Butcher 973 is in the building when we at Jersey Magazine. My brother, tell me they can book you, follow you, everything.
I'm on all platforms, all social medias at The Butcher 973. That's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, literally the whole 9 yards. Follow and subscribe. It goes a long way. I want people to know that just simple as resharing someone's music is like one of the best ways you can support an artist. Just by helping spread that, grow that network. So I appreciate all of you. Appreciate you guys for having me.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks
so
so
much. The Butcher
much.
973 is in the building. We at Jersey Magazine.
We are Jersey Magazine.
Yes, sir.
Jersey turned up entertainment. Entertainment.